excited to be speaking with all of you about some of the programs that we have for mental health. We have a program that we just started called the Rotary Inc. Ambassador Project. It's been around for a couple of years, but we are now doing it in different languages. We are excited to, we have launched with South Sudan. South Sudan launched last week, and we are excited. I have a slide I would like to show. Can I share, Ken?
Yeah, let me.
Oh, I see it. It says I can.
No. Okay, good. Excellent.
So we have a few programs that we are going to, we have a health awareness empowerment community health worker program. It is launched with the mental health suicide prevention here in San Diego. We have over 120 teens and young adults that will be taking these classes. We are really excited to improve the quality and community health work service of teens and young adults. This is our first project with the Mental Health America. With our partnership is health and wellness empowerment. A lot of teens and young adults are living in silence. They're fearful, they want to know how they can change their communities, or they need some resources. So Mental Health America and Rotary Inc. are partnered for health and wellness empowerment. Not only will they learn about health, but they'll learn about wellness. A lot of communities, especially underserved communities, don't know those terms very well. That we eat unhealthy and we don't know about our wellness. So that's something that we want to increase in our communities with outreach, community education, informal counseling, social support, and showing teens and young adults and families on how they can have these services. So we have in-home health education. We connect clients with community and resources. These resources are also free as well. We have a coaching, some teens and young adults and family members who cannot afford these services will be able to have these services for free. We have education on health assistant programs. A lot of families don't know that there's a lot of educational and free resources out there for their families. We also advocate to prevent health challenges. Most of teens and young adults and families don't realize they can have diabetes, or they can have some type of silent killer, such as high blood pressure that is very high in underserved communities as well. I'm really excited that we have teamed up with Mental Health America of San Diego County, because this will be a resource that everyone can use for free. And I have another thing to show you guys as well. Bring that up, and it'll share my screen again. But those services are free. We want to make sure that we are giving individuals the opportunity to have these resources. I know for myself, the reason why I started Rotary Inc. is because of back in the day when I was a teen and young adult, I was bullied for the color of my skin. That was something I thought, when I get older, I want people who look like me, people who speak my languages, will have an opportunity to face the mirror and love who they are. We have our programs are in English, Spanish, they're also in Tagalog. We have the mother language, because South Sudan, they have told me that we have the mother language. We also have it in Arabic, and we are working on other parts of the world to put it into different languages. I think that's very important. I know I started teaching 4th and 5th grade, and my 4th grade students, who were, my class was mainly Hispanic, told me, Ms. T, it would be great if you learned our language so we can understand how we can change ourselves. So that's very important that, you know, as a Rotary member, I made sure that we have our programs in different languages. So I think that's very important. We also have our Tribe Ambassador program. We're partnered up with the hospitals as well. We have a peer-to-peer. We deal with mental health, bullying prevention, domestic violence. We also have a climate change program. A lot of teens and young adults love to learn about the climate change. The climate change program is with Scripps Institute. Right now they're getting prepared to go to sea and for a whole month. So the teens and young adults will get an opportunity to have sight on what they're doing with the video. They're doing a blog so people can see what's going on in our climate. That's a really big understanding that we want our teens and young adults to learn as well. Another thing, we have a peer-to-peer program where we are teaching peers to understand, know the language of mental health. We do not like to use the word of suicide, because we do believe that we can help those teens and young adults be peers to peers to teach their community and their classroom to understand the signs, what's going on in their communities. I know here the age groups from 10 to 18 are the highest group that need social impact. What I mean by that, if you look at the news, if you look at what's going on globally, that age group is the highest age group that has the most crime rates. That's the highest group that has more domestic violence. That's the highest group that are homeless as well. I know here in the San Diego area, that age group is the highest age group with the homeless population. I think, you know, being a part of the Rotary, we can also help those get off the street as well. If you know my story, if you learned on our website, we were once homeless as well. And that is my strong point, to help those who have been homeless in the homeless population. Mental health is I'm a mental health advocate that loves to give resources. The more resources our community has, the better that they can change their situation of where they live at, the way they eat, the way they love life. So that's something that we do here at Nerdro Inc. I named it Nerdro Inc. because I was bullied as being the biggest nerd in school. And if you look at the Nerdro Inc. image, it has black big glasses. So I've always wore big glasses in school and was picked on because of my glasses. So I'm a very how would I describe myself? I always ask my team members to give us a word for the day. And that's what I'm going to ask everybody today before we go off. What's your word for today? And my word for today is grateful. I am grateful to be a community activist. I'm grateful to be in my community, planting seeds of hope, determination, and love and support. I'm also the Secretary General of the World Kindness Movement. I am the first African-American woman to take this lead in this organization with over 27 nations. So this has been a wonderful experience of not only planting seeds with the World Kindness Movement, but also showing others how we can create change. We've also created a fellows program. And with the fellows program, what I seen with the fellows program, that when we are teaching, a lot of people are so busy with their community leadership, they really don't have the time, or it's doesn't come in time, you know, the hours. So with the fellows program,
Oh,
we try
I'm
to
surprised you're interested in
we
my
could help individuals take their community to the next level. So we have closed our enrollment for the fellows program, and hopefully we'll be able to relaunch it again and have more people in it. I know our last cohort was very busy, and we want to relaunch it and make sure that they know about this opportunity with the Rotary, how they can get involved, how they can understand, you know, taking their community to the next level. So I'm really excited to be a member of the Rotary Club and also teach. We have classes, we have resources. So we just want to make sure that we are taking our community to the next level. And I'm excited to help take our community and be partnered with more Rotary members here. And thank you so much, Ms. Diana, for that amazing introduction. Ken, thank you so much for believing in Nerdro Inc. Like I said, we've been around for 12 years. This year will be 12 years. And I think, you know, just being open to everyone. Sometimes people don't get the recognition that they need and feel loved. And that's why I know being a part of the World Kindness Movement and being their Secretary General, this is my first year being in that seat. And, you know, with the Rotary and with the World Kindness Movement and my own nonprofit organization, it will give us an opportunity to start planting seeds globally even more. And thank you all for, you know, just being you. The Rotary, I think everyone has super capes. You know, we have our own lives, but we also impact everyone with love, support, and education. And I think if we continue to educate our community, we can build a better place. It'll take time as you look around and see what's going on in the world, but if we continue to keep that kindness and we continue to support each other, others will recognize what we're doing in our community. So thank you again, Mr. Ken, Ms. Diana. I just feel the love here with your smiles, and this has been a great experience to uplift our community with the Rotary. So thank you so much. Thank you everybody who's on, and this is going to be a wonderful ride with all of you. Thank you.
Yeah, Dr. McCray, thank you very much, and thank you for the work that you do. A couple of questions that I have for you. I know we were talking the other day, and you had mentioned that you were talking to people, particularly, I think you were talking to people in South Sudan, and you had said one of the challenges that they're dealing with there is that oftentimes, not only in South Sudan, but around the world, people with disabilities are looked down at. And that causes a lot of mental health issues, not only for the person with the disability, but also for the families. And how are you going to work with that?
So what we did, which I love about South Sudan, is that we created peer-to-peers. So I'm not there physically. So we have to train each individual how to communicate with family members, which has been great. So we split it up in age groups. We asked everybody, who do you feel comfortable with? What age group do you feel comfortable with and speaking to them? And we have 5 groups, which I am so excited. And we have different organizations here in the US who have also teamed up with me that will be doing training as well. So it won't be like a whole group of people that will come on one training. Each group has figured out, okay, we have 10 people here who can do this training at this time. And once they learn that training, they train the trainer. And their goal is to train 100 individuals. And I'm so proud of them because they want to do it. They want to train. They want to make sure that they're going to the communities and it's their voice, not my voice. It's the training. it's the love and support they're going to get, but it's the training and the skills. So planting that seed first with the peer-to-peers so they could be a trainer has been the best, because not only are the trainers in the situation themselves or have family members who are dealing with mental health, they can also take it back home and see what they're learning is actually working. So this has been a blessing for not only myself, but my partners here in the US who want to also impact them. So we have Mental Health America and 3 other organizations that want to do training with me, with the curriculum that we have created together, so we can plant those seeds with them and make sure that they are capable of the right wording. Sometimes we create something and our words are not felt. So that's something that we have worked on to make sure that the curriculum is felt with love and support. I know one of the peer-to-peers last weekend said that a lot of people are dying in silence. And that really stuck with me, because there's a lot of individuals who are dealing with mental health and rather not say anything, because that word is very taboo. So we want to make sure that it's not taboo, it's real life. So we want to show them that it's okay not to be okay. Sometimes you're not going to wake up happy and ready to go on to the next day, but we want to make sure you understand your purpose, and that's our goal. Especially with the World Kindness Movement, that's something I always tell them. We don't wake up kind every morning. Sometimes we don't feel good. Our bodies are weak. We may have a headache. So that's something that we are instilling in our South Sudan ambassadors, our peer-to-peers, and our fellows. We want to make sure that we have an opportunity to teach them our fellowship program as well.
Okay, thank you. My other question is, I mean, there's need everywhere, and you can't go everywhere. I mean, I've learned that lesson. But particular Kenya, are you not in Kenya yet? Is there a reason for that?
No, I have Kenya. No. So we are registered in Nigeria. We're registered in Uganda, Ghana, and Kenya has been on our radar. We had someone who came out and was a part of our ambassador program, and she did very well. So we're still waiting on connections in Kenya to be, to launch our program out there. I know there's a lot of red tape to do or launch programs out there. So we've had an ambassador who went through our program and she did very well. So we are just waiting for the green light. Some countries don't allow us to do mental health trainings. We are finding that out in some countries because, like I said, it's kind of taboo and they don't believe that you can help someone or assist someone with mental health. So, we're open. That's why we put everything in different languages so we can make sure that everyone can be helped in many ways.
Good. Well, we have a lot of connections and members from Kenya. So when you're ready to do that, I'm sure they're willing to help. You also have in this room Maureen, who's from Uganda, and I'm sure Maureen works with young women. That's one of her focuses, and she, I'm sure, would be happy to have you come into Uganda. And we also have Samuel, who's in Haiti, and with Haiti, with all its struggles, I imagine there's lots of need down there. Once again, you can't take on the world, and I understand that, but
and that's why
your services are needed.
Yes, that's why we have the peer-to-peer, so we can teach everyone different programs that we have. When you go to the website, we have the Queendom Project, which we launched in Nigeria, and that was in 2017, I think. We launched the Queendom Project. We're really excited about the success that we had with that program, and they are still doing the mental health trainings there as well. In July, we are going to South Africa. I'm really excited because I am a part of an organization that we help young girls who can't go to school during their menstrual cycle. So we have partnered up with some organizations out there, and we'll be going in July. And we will be also talking about our ambassador program, our Queendom Project, and also self-worth. We're doing a lot of self-worth programs for teens and young adults. That age group 10 to 25 is the next generation of leaders. That is something that we are really telling our members, our partners, please pay attention to that age group, 10 to 20, 21, 22, they are our next leaders. If we're not giving them the resources, they're not going to function. They're not going to, do what we're doing. I mean, one day we're not going to be able to do this. We're going to need somebody else younger than us to take on the crown and do what we're doing. So pay attention to those age groups in your communities. They are so eager to learn. They are so focused if you give them the resources. And we have a summer program this summer that we have launched. This is my first summer program with my partners, and we're doing climate change. We're doing STEM. STEM is very important. A lot of students stay away from STEM because they think it's science, but it's more than science. So really excited to do it online as well, and just creating with that age group. I know we have, people who are over 30 and go, what about us? That's why we have the Fellows Program. And the Fellows Program is to really teach community leadership. That is so important, community leadership. The reason why we started the Fellows Program, because, a lot of people are in the leadership positions, but they are also struggling on how to keep afloat. So that's why we started the Fellows Program, so we can help those individuals stay confident in their leadership role. Because sometimes it could be a little shaky, sometimes it could feel like you're unwanted or you're not making those steps forward. So that's something that we plant in our fellows. If you go to our website, you can see the fellows who have completed our program and what they have achieved. I think our first fellow won $100,000, his first project, because we teach our fellows how to get out there and communicate with the community, show the community, this is what I can do in my community. I can make a change. He has been very successful. There's several other fellows who are doing an amazing job. And they always tell me it's because of the training and the seeds that I planted in their community. And I think we are at cohort 3, and we had to close that, unfortunately, because a lot of those fellows were extremely busy. And that's something that we like to teach in that fellows program. How do you make time to better yourself? Sometimes as leaders, we tend not to take care of ourselves. We just, I'll take on this project, or I'll take on this project. But sometimes it's great to teach somebody else what you're doing as well, so you can still keep on your super cape, but also have that self-worth and self-motivation for yourself.
Thank you. Anybody have any questions for Dr. McCray? Dr. McCray, one of the things you mentioned that young girls that can't go to school because of their menstrual cycle. I mean, that is a bigger problem than a lot of people think about. I was talking with somebody from Nigeria, and the bathroom facilities in the schools are horrible. So I mean, that's an issue. So they don't go to school during that time. It would be something good that a Rotary would take on to try to build better bathroom facilities in some of the schools.
Yes, that's something that I can't wait to go to South Africa and explore. This is my first trip. My mother's going with me as well. my mom is also retiring, so I want her to start doing global things with me. So that is going to be exciting to have my mom with me, and the girls can just have that mother love as well, because a lot of these teens and young adults and other families are either orphans, don't have a mother, or don't have a father. So just for them to have the mother love with my mom is going to be so special. And yes, we can also support other countries as well if they would like the training with us. Yes, Miss Diana.
Diana.
When I inducting you this morning, I said that every year Rotary has a different theme. And 2 years ago, the president, the Rotary International President, Shekhar Mehta, who's from India, he actually started this project globally, empowering girls through teaching them about their bodies, how to take care of themselves, and how to move on to a career path and to a leadership position. So we actually have a huge network of people all around the world that are involved in this project, of Rotarians around the world that are involved in this project. And I can put you in touch with some of them so you can join forces.
Yes, I think that's so powerful, because we can't do it all by ourselves. And the more resources we have, the more impact we have.
Yeah.
Like I said, this has been an extreme blessing to be a part of the Rotary, learning the history and the background, and to be the Secretary General of the World Kindness Movement. And they have over 27 nations, you know, just doing kindness. But it would be great if they start impacting not only kindness, but also showing what they are doing in their communities. And that's what I've been the first thing that we're doing is teaching mental health training with my World Kindness. I call them a tribe. I don't call them a team, because tribe leaders, if you notice around the world, they impact each other. They make sure that that tribe leader or tribe member is okay. Team members, I've been in the working field for a while, so I'm like, that's why I call my program the Nurgle Inc. Tribe Ambassadors, to make sure all of them are supporting each other. And Miss Diana just showed what a tribe member is. She said, you know what, wait a minute. I know some people who are doing the same thing that you're doing. Let me contact them. So that's what you call a real tribe leader. If they see another tribe person, they connect them and make sure that, you know what, let's not do this alone. Let's do this together.
Very good. Excellent. And yes, maybe we can get, I keep on working to try to get the World Kindness Movement and Rotary together, because what Rotary does is kindness around the world. It makes good sense, the marriage of those two organizations. So we can work on that. And already we have Samuel in Haiti. He wants you to come down there, and because there's so much work to be done down there. And he's asking, how can we get your work down there, May you?
And that's something that we want to make sure, like the time zones, because I know we're all on different time zones, and I'm so open to do via Zoom, and how we can do trainings. The first thing we do, like South Sudan, we had a meeting first. We write down, what are the goals? What do we need to do together? And that was the first thing, that we should do the trainings first, the peer-to-peer, and let them go out into their communities and see how it works. So, you know, if someone wants to do the training, you can contact me, or go to our website and look at what we're doing and what is available for our communities, because like I said, 2017, we became NerdRoll Inc. International. Not only became NerdRoll Inc. International because of the award I received from Barack Obama and Michelle Obama. So no one knew who we were until I got that recognition, and we started partnering up with the United Nations for the United Nations Youth Group. So that's something that really took a turn for NerdRoll Inc., getting that recognition from President Obama and Michelle Obama. That was really great for us.
Nice. Very nice. Sadly, in some countries, and that's some of the work that needs to be done, that mental health disabilities are not recognized, and therefore not recognized as a disability. And because of that, the people with mental health challenges are not getting services that they should get, that the government would provide if it was a recognized disability.
Exactly. And that's why we partnered up with the Mental Health Americas for the free trainings. They can log on and get the trainings, and also create a project so they can show their government, this is what we learned. It's great to have a package before you present it. So that's something that we are so gung-ho to do. Have you create a package first so you can present it and show your community, these are the facts, these are the numbers, showing them the status, how many people are neglected. When you give them numbers and show them that you can create change, you can really do something different in your community. And that's what I had to do here in my community. I had to show that age group 10 to 18 needed our resources. And then I said, okay, we need to take it up a notch. And that's what we're showing now. If you look at the crime rates in our communities, that age group, the bullying, the crimes that we're having in our schools, those are the age groups that we need to start planting seeds with.
Very nice. Thank you for the work you're doing, and we're so glad to have you on board. Diana?
I want to add something. Actually, next Rotary year starts July 1 and goes until 30th of June of the following year. So next Rotary year, starting July 1, I told you, you know, the Rotary International President from Scotland, Gordon McInerney, is taking the office, and his team is Create Hope in the World, but the main focus is on mental health issues. So you're right down that alley, you know, on one hand, empowering girls, and on the other hand, focusing on the mental health issues and doing projects on that. So I can put you in touch with people in those projects too. And third thing that I wanted to share with you all, and some of you might know, is that Rotary International is the only nonprofit volunteer organization that has a seat, a permanent seat at the United Nations.
Wow. That's amazing.
So you're in good company.
You are. All around.
Well, I'm excited because like I told Ken, once you put me in, I'm like, all right, coach, what we do now? Because once you start training more people, let's go. I told him, come on, coach, when do I start? I know I was bugging Ken. I was like, Ken, did they look at my application yet? He's like, not yet, not yet. I'm just really excited because it's time to do more work, and it's time to have more connections and get going.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And Diana, you mentioned Scotland, and then Mark from Scotland there is here. And Mark, see now the new president of Rotary is coming from your country, so we got a direct connection there. So Mark is our other new member of the club, and Mark spoke to us before about the work he does with dyslexia schools around the country, around the world. And we're so proud to have him also as a member of the club. And Diana, if you could do a little induction of him, we can make him official, because suddenly magic will happen, Mark, in the next 5 minutes when you become a Rotarian. So.
I have a question before
Yeah.
I go. I wanted to thank everybody. I am on my way to work. So is there anything that anyone else wanted to ask or any questions before I log off?
Are you doing anything in India?
Actually, when we go to South Africa, there is an India organization that's going to be speaking with us to collaborate. So a lot of people that were going to be in South Africa this July they're going to be a part of this this global event. So I will definitely send Ken the information, the flyer of who's going to be there, and let everybody know.